Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do your July the 4th, just for today, in a meditation. I hope you're doing well. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. July 4th is a very special day. This is the birthday of my beloved sister, Janie. And I am very excited about who she was in my life, who she is in my life. She paid for my second world convention of NA, expense free. She took care of everything that I needed so that I could make the world convention in Paris. And I'm forever grateful, and I miss her so much, so much. I do. Okay, family. The title of this meditation is Conflict. And I want to make a special shout out to there's recovery, a rehabilitation center, and you guys have received the information for this podcast. And I just want to greet you. Hopefully, you know who you are this morning. I want to greet you, welcome you to the show, and I hope that you enjoy this on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, tomorrow will complete the full year that I have done spiritual principle a day in a meditation. So you will be able to search your date and be able to come and find any meditation for just for the day or spiritual principle a day in a meditation. Okay. So this one is entitled Conflict. We learned that conflicts are a part of reality, and we learn new ways to resolve them instead of running from them. That comes from our basic text, page 90. From time to time, we all experience conflicts. It may be that we just can't get along with that new coworker. Maybe our friends are driving us crazy. Or perhaps our partner isn't living up to our expectations. Dealing with any conflict is difficult for recovery addicts. When tempers rise, it is a good idea to back away from the situation until cooler minds prevail. We can always return for further discussion when we have calmed down. We can't avoid troubling situations, but we can use time and distance to find perspective. Conflict is a part of life. We can't go through our entire recovery without encountering disagreements and differences of opinion. Sometimes we can back away from these situations, taking time to reflect on them. But there always comes a time when conflict must be resolved. When that time comes, we take a deep breath, say a prayer, and apply the principles our program has given us: honesty, open mindedness, responsibility, forgiveness, trust, and all the rest. We didn't get clean to keep running from life. And in recovery, we don't have to run anymore. Now that the Just for Today concludes, the principles my program has given me are sufficient to guide me through any situation. I will strive to confront conflict in a healthy way. I will strive to confront conflict in a healthy way. Let's take a moment of meditation and focus on that. Moment of silence now, followed by the we version of the serenity prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a wonderful meditation, conflict resolution. That's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about conflict resolution, and how are we doing with that? Are we the type of people that we really don't recognize or appreciate or value the peace that we have in recovery, the patience, the tolerance, the endurance. These are spiritual principles, you guys, that we have developed over a period of time. However, what I've noticed about myself, if I could just share this with you, what I noticed about myself is that depending on who I'm dealing with, listen to me carefully, depending on who I am dealing with and whatever resentment I have attached to them, depending on that, and I wouldn't say just that, but this is pretty high up with how I operate. If I have a problem with the person, I have less of a tendency to practice patience, and I am quick to speak and slow what? To listen. My anger can rise up even as I'm encountering the individual. And I already know, generally speaking, what I am going to say before they even finished. And I have found that I'm selective about who I apply spiritual principles with. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, this lady, she does that. I know I do that, but she does that. Yes, yes, yes. Mighty Stream does that. Don't put me up on the pedestal because you might show up at a meeting that I'm at and you would say, oh, that lady is pretty vocal. Who is that? And you will find out, well, that was Mighty Stream. Was she operating out of a character defect? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. It's not my desire to. However, sometimes I do. And so I find that conflict resolution is something that is conditional for me. If I am having a hard time dealing with you and I feel like you're riding me or you are devaluing me or I have some conflict from our past, I will draw a line in the sand so fast you would think that you were in a sand storm, right? You would think that you were in a sandstorm in the Middle East. That's amazing. And then when I'm dealing with someone that, oh, I just love them so much. Oh my goodness, I just love them so much. And they cross that line. Can we sit down and talk? Can I have a conversation with you? And there's something that took place between us, and I really want to clear the air. I don't like walking around feeling like there's something that is missing and come to find out it's my resentment in my heart. I would love to sit down with you and talk with you. And we sit down, sometimes it's not even that long. It could be something as small as 1 minute. But I have found that if I love you, if I care about you, if I have history with you, I am quicker to apply conflict resolution to save the relationship. And if I don't have a relationship with you, I will tell you exactly what I think you need to hear, the way I think you need to hear it, when I think you need to hear it, how. Yes, I will cover all those bases. And it doesn't take all day to tell someone back up, right? And so I'm thinking about this sitting here with you, and I'm thinking, you know what? I need some change in that area. If you go to the Just for Today, now don't quote me, but I believe if you go to the Just for Today for October 25th, or if you research principles over personalities, you will find a meditation just dedicated to that. And that meditation is talking about not being selective in who we apply our spiritual principles to. So, based on a personality, you're not going to be loving, caring, and kind. Based on a friendship, you will be more giving and lenient with them, right? So when it talks about, principles before personalities, all of these things that we've learned, let me highlight that for you so that you can see it. All right. So welcome to the newer ones chiming in from rehab. And I want to thank the individual that referred you, by the way. So hopefully you all can see that out there, okay? I've highlighted it in a lavender purple color. When that time comes, we take a deep breath, say a prayer, and apply the principles our program has given us. And what are they? They're honesty, open-mindedness, responsibility, forgiveness, that's huge, trust, and all the rest. And you can probably go on, right? You probably can go on. But the point is that can I use these spiritual principles that I've learned in the program with people that I don't care for? You better bet your bottom dollar. Yes, you better bet your bottom dollar because you're going to come out victorious on that one, right? You will win. To be able to apply these spiritual principles in all of our affairs, step 12 is nothing short of a miracle. To be able to apply that to everyone without being selectively kind, selectively loving, selectively forgiving, selectively trusting. You mean to tell me that it's an inside job and I can possess all of those spiritual principles and apply them with people that I don't even know? Yes, we can do that. So today, what I want for you to do, I want you to go away from this meditation and I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to write on that piece of paper, I will practice these principles of NA in all of my affairs. Yeah, there's some people that they will never see the light of day free because of a poor decision they made under the influence. But they too can apply these spiritual principles in all of their affairs right where they are. Now, if they can do it, you can do it. See, I bring that up because they're prisoners. But oftentimes, they're more free than us out here who are also free, but choose to go into a self-made prison in our mind, in our hearts, and oftentimes in our bodies. Because when we are stressing out and worried about a conflict that has come up, and we refuse to resolve it. See, this meditation says that it must be resolved eventually. Why not resolve it while you have the opportunity? Instead of going into this self-made prison of resentment, anger, feelings of abandonment, not being forgiving, instead of being in that self-made prison, why don't you take the key of this meditation and unlock the lock, let yourself out, because you can do it. I wouldn't spend all this time talking about these meditations if I did not believe that you can do it. I would refuse to go into a prison as a free woman, but we do it all the time. We do it all the time. We say we want one thing and then we do something else. So today, I just want to encourage you that the principles of your program have given you sufficient information to guide you through any situation. Today, I want you to strive to resolve conflict in a healthy way. That means you're not yelling and screaming. That means that we're not putting our hands on people. We're not making threats. If you don't change, I'm leaving you. I'm so tired of you. I've heard it. And I probably can say I've also said it. Today, we don't have to do that. Today, we're going to go forward and just remember, you know what? I'm trying to do something different. It's not always going to be easy, but I can guarantee you one thing, it's going to be worth it. Now, if that made any sense to you, this meditation, I am so grateful. I've been up since 2 in the morning trying to get prepared for this state exam, and I am exhausted. However, I did not want to miss spending just a few minutes with you. So hopefully it is helpful. If it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? If it doesn't make a lot of sense, don't apply it. But if it does, apply it. Now you go forth and you have a beautiful day today, in your celebrations, wherever you are. Just remember, if you don't pick it up, come on, you remembered it, right? If you don't pick it up, you cannot get high. And hopefully there aren't any treatment centers that are releasing people today on a holiday like the July 4th one here. Listen, my name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. Leave a comment down below. As soon as I see the comment, I promise you I will respond. If I'm not in a position to give a wordy feedback to you, I'll put a red heart and then oftentimes come back to that later in the day when things have slowed down for me. And remember, if no one has told you today that they love you, Mighty Stream loves you. Have a beautiful day on purpose.